Stretching down the southern half of South America, from the steaming jungles of the north to the icy edge of Antarctica, lies a long, slender land of staggering variety and fierce passion, Argentina. Home to around 46 million people, this is the eighth largest country on Earth, a land of endless grassy plains in the soaring Andes, of vast glaciers and roaring waterfalls, of tango and gauchos, of fine wine and the finest beef in the world. And it is, today, the reigning champion of world football. This is Argentina seen from above. Welcome to Aerial Atlas. Argentina covers a colossal 2.8 million square kilometers, stretching nearly 4,000 kilometers from north to south, across a huge range of climates and worlds. Down its entire western edge runs the Great Wall of the Andes, the longest mountain range on the planet, marking the border with Chile. Across its heart spread the famous pampas, vast and impossibly flat grasslands. To the east lies the Atlantic Ocean, and to the far, far south, the wild and windswept lands of Patagonia taper away towards Tierra del Fuego, the very end of the inhabited world. At the green heart of the country lie the pampas, the seemingly endless fertile grasslands that have shaped Argentina's wealth and its very identity. This is the home of the gaucho, the legendary Argentine cowboy, a proud, free and supremely skilled horseman who became a national symbol of independence and toughness, celebrated in song and story. Across these vast plains graze the enormous herds of cattle that made Argentina famous around the world, fattened on some of the richest natural pasture anywhere on Earth. From this single, flat, golden landscape comes the country's legendary beef, along with vast harvests of wheat, corn, and soy, making Argentina one of the great breadbaskets and food exporters of the entire planet. And at the edge of those plains stands the capital, Buenos Aires, one of the great cities of the world. Grand, elegant, and intensely European, it is often called the Paris of South America, with its wide leafy boulevards, its opera houses, and its ornate cafes. This is the birthplace of tango, the passionate, dramatic dance and music that pours from its streets and dance halls. Here stands the Casa Rosada, the pink presidential palace from whose balcony Eva Perón, the beloved Evita, once spoke to the adoring crowds. It is a city of art, football, and endless, restless energy. Along the entire western frontier soar the mighty Andes, the longest mountain chain on Earth, and here Argentina holds a true giant. Mount Aconcagua rises to nearly 7,000 meters, the highest peak anywhere on the planet outside of the great mountains of Asia, a vast snow-crowned colossus towering over the border with Chile. In the sun-drenched foothills around the city of Mendoza spread great seas of vineyards, where the warm, sunny days and cool mountain nights produce Malbec, the rich, dark, velvety red wine that has made Argentina one of the very great wine-producing nations of the entire world. Its bottles now poured and prized in every corner of the globe. Far to the south lies Patagonia, a vast, wild, and almost empty wilderness of windswept steppe, jagged peaks, and shimmering lakes. This is one of the last great frontiers on the planet. Here, near the town of El Calafate, lies the breathtaking Perito Moreno Glacier, a colossal wall of brilliant blue ice, several kilometers wide, that creaks and groans and calves enormous chunks of ice thundering into the lake below. It is a region of soaring condors, of guanacos and penguins, and of landscapes so vast and so empty they can take the breath clean away. And at the very bottom of the continent lies Tierra del Fuego, the land of fire, a windswept archipelago shared with Chile. Here stands Ushuaia, famous around the world as the southernmost city on the planet, the end of the world, perched between snow-capped mountains and the cold southern sea. From this remote outpost, ships set sail across the stormy Drake Passage towards Antarctica itself. It is a place of lighthouses, glaciers, and an almost unimaginable sense of being at the very edge of everything. But Argentina is not all ice and grassland. In the lush, subtropical far north, on the border with Brazil, lies one of the most spectacular natural wonders on Earth, the Iguazu Falls. Here, surrounded by steaming green rainforest alive with toucans and butterflies, a great river plunges over a vast horseshoe of cliffs in hundreds of thundering waterfalls, far wider and taller than Niagara. At its heart roars the Devil's Throat, a colossal curtain of falling water and rising mist that is one of the truly unforgettable sights of the natural world. Argentina's modern story was shaped by people from across the sea. After winning its independence from Spain in 1816, the young nation threw open its doors, and from the late 1800s, millions of immigrants poured in, above all from Italy and Spain. They reshaped the country entirely, giving Argentina its European flavor, its food, its accent, and its surnames. Out of that mingling came a passionate, dramatic national culture, and figures like Eva Perón, who remains, decades later, one of the most beloved and iconic women in all of Argentine history. And Argentines live gloriously to eat. At the very heart of the culture is the asado, the great barbecue, where families and friends gather for hours around an open fire to grill that world-famous beef, in a beloved social ritual as much as a meal. There are golden empanadas, sweet, sticky dulce de leche and rich Malbec wine. And running through every single day is yerba mate, the bitter green herbal tea, sipped from a shared gourd through a metal straw, passed from hand to hand, the warm, social heartbeat of Argentine life. Argentine culture burns with passion and creativity. This is the land of tango, now honored by UNESCO as a treasure of humanity, of world-changing writers like the great Jorge Luis Borges, and of a deep, almost spiritual love of football. From the grand cafe tables of Buenos Aires to the wild blue and white celebrations in the streets, Argentines pour themselves wholly into life, into art, into argument, and into joy, with an intensity and a flair that is utterly, unmistakably their own. And then there is football, which in Argentina is not merely a sport but very nearly a religion, woven into the soul of the entire nation. This is the land of Diego Maradona, perhaps the most worshipped footballer who ever lived, a national hero adored almost as a god, and of Lionel Messi, widely considered the single greatest player of all time. The national team, the Albiceleste, the sky blue and white, have been crowned champions of the entire world 3 times over, in 1978, again in 1986, and then gloriously, unforgettably again in 2022, when Messi at last lifted the golden trophy and sent an entire nation pouring into the streets in delirious joy. Backed by some of the most passionate and devoted fans found anywhere on Earth, the reigning world champions now march proudly on towards 2026. A long, passionate land of grass and ice, of mountains and waterfalls, of tango, beef, wine, and footballing glory, and the reigning champion of the world. That was Argentina from above. If you enjoyed the journey, subscribe. Here on Aerial Atlas, we fly over a new country every single day.